Any surprises in the sale? Something that just sort of went, oh my gosh, that really surprised me.
Yeah, the transaction went really well, about as smooth as anything I've been involved in, and relatively small deal. But as I said, the vendor was serious. He was committed. He was organized. He had some good independent advice that helped him over some hurdles that I'm sure I wasn't privy to some of those discussions, but there were a couple of I won't call them warts, but there were a couple of hurdles that needed to be overcome, and he was prepared for those. Best part was, I think we both walked away feeling we got a pretty good deal.
And that's obviously what makes it successful for sure. So thoughts on your an advisory firm, what should we as the advisors bring to the sale process that's going to assist you, the acquirer?
Mm, like I've done a lot of deals. I think we've done 11 or 12 or maybe 13 since
Mm,
2015. Um, I've done deals both with and without advisors. And almost the first thing I tell prospective vendors is get yourself a good advisor. Um, and even if you don't sell it to me, get yourself a good advisor, because if you haven't been through it before, you have no idea. And we talked about the vendor would never, first off, the vendor would never have found us on his own, nor would we have found the vendor. Like everything, there has to be some marketing, and your advisor certainly has a network and experience in the industry, and can make that happen. And you just need to be able to generate interest before you can, you got to pass the first step before you can get to the second step. And the first step is interest. Um, I've never sold a business, but from a buyer standpoint, in hiring an advisor, it sends a strong message to the purchasing community, to the vendor, or to the purchasing community, the buyer community, that the seller is serious. If you're talking to a vendor that hasn't hired an advisor, or doesn't have a SIM, can't articulate the value proposition of the business, and why you should be interested in it, nobody wants or has time to kick tires on either side, sellers or buyers. So it projects a very serious nature of the transaction. We can act a lot quicker if the vendor has an advisor, because the target is prepared,
right.
they're ready to go. They've been
Yes.
conditioned. Generally, they've done a bunch of legwork to put a SIM together and whatever. So we can all act a lot quicker. The advisor is an expert versus dealing with a guy that is maybe their first and only
And
transaction
largest,
that they've ever done.
largest transaction,
Yeah,
the biggest thing they're ever going to do.
and embodies the value of their life's work, and
Right.
maybe their parents' life work, and they're going to split it between siblings that are or aren't involved in the business. And it just, the advisor can take at least part of the emotion out of the transaction, and presumably by the time they get to the buyer, a lot of that pre-work's been done. There is an expense that goes with it, but there's also a cost of not engaging professional advice. You wouldn't sell your house without a real estate agent. And why would you sell the most important asset you have without some professional advice? And I would not go with a generalist firm, either on the sell side or the buy side. I would want to be with somebody that's industry specific, or as close as you can get to industry specific, because they just know more people and they know what market is much better than sort of someone that may never do a print deal again.
It's wise counsel, and that's what we are hoping to receive today. It's just wise counsel from someone who does what you do.